Okay, my personal vision for myself, I want to put the little caveat out that there is kind of like not myself. There's myself and then there's everybody, and so it's like I'm part of the community. And when I say part of the community, I don't just mean a small community, I mean the large community, I mean globally in a way. And my goal, my aspiration is about creating awareness. It's about bringing consciousness to people. And it's also about, in the best way that I can, is just kind of becoming a loving force to the people that come through the doors of the gateway. Great question, my vision for the world. Wow, that's a lofty vision and a lofty question. It's just about world peace. It's about kind of seeing a world where people are just incredibly nurturing and loving and kind to one another. Seeing a world where people are in a space where they're the very authentic selves, a space where they are people who recognize the gifts that they have and the talents that they have, and part of what they do in every moment and every second of the day is one, pulsating out love to the people around them and the plants, the animal life, et cetera, and also just kind of exploring who they are and becoming more of who they are. Pay it forward, yes. It just simply means, for me, it means, an act that you would describe or receive as kind of a kind act of taking that as a recipient of it and passing it on to somebody else. Yeah, an amazing planet. A planet that each of us would wake up every day incredibly excited just to get up out of bed, to go greet their world, to go connect with other people. Yeah, it would be an amazing place. And that's where we're headed. That's where we're going. Yes, indeed. Creative conscious co-creation. What does that statement mean to me? Well, I see that statement, and it might be a little different for me because I see us as individual creators. We can be co-creators, we can be individual creators, but it's kind of like recognizing that the level of responsibility that happens in our world, whether it's in this immediate space, this little community, whether it's globally, it's all a creation of ourselves. Yeah, so we create everything. So when we understand that we create everything, we kind of move about our world in a very different way. Well, it's a great question, and I think one of the fundamental concepts about that question is really kind of deciphering, in a way, dissecting that it isn't really about you. So when you say, it's like, how can I do this, or how can I kind of create it so someone's not taking my idea or concept, it would be kind of recognizing in a way that one of the reasons you're here and you had the idea and you had the concept, maybe you brought it to fruition and making it happen in whatever way that works, but maybe also part of your gift, part of your giving to the planet, giving to the world, giving to whomever, was simply creating an idea that somebody else said, oh, fantastic, I know how to do that, and I can do that with a kind of genius that nobody else can. And wouldn't that be fantastic? And it wouldn't be anything for you. It would be like, okay, that was beautiful. I was happy to kind of put that out there. Yeah. Learn, play, grow. What does that concept mean to me? These are interesting little taglines, just learn, play, grow. Well, I think for me it means that it's understanding in a deeply fundamental way that every moment of our existence, every moment of our being conscious is an opportunity to learn. It's a gift. It's like we're being invited to kind of explore the moment and understand what it's bringing to us, what it's giving us, what it's be-gifting us. And part of that process, I would say, because I think it's a fundamentally important process, the play part, because it's like recognizing the learning isn't like a struggle. It's not a tedious process. It's not the things that we heard from our parents. You have to be tough, diligent, work hard, work your bone to the grindstone, whatever it might be. And it's like, ooh, who wants to do all that? That sounds scary. So when you kind of let go of that and you recognize that you're in the driver's seat and that you're responsible, and that you have this gift of your universe teaching you, pulsating out information to you every second. And it's like, look how blessed I am, look how fortunate I am. So one of the fundamental ideas would be certainly about perspective and the way that you see the events that come to your world. And the other perspective, as you mentioned that word, is really about playing. It's really about having a fun time in your world. And having a fun time in my world is just having a fun time with people. Indeed. Cocoon to flight. It's an expression I've not heard. The way that I would take it in is recognizing at some level we're all in this different kind of phase, different gradations of being in that cocoon, or perhaps we're the butterfly. So it's just kind of recognizing that journey. It's like being okay with wherever you're at and just also being aware and cognizant of that there's a different place for you, that you're coming into a different space. And I think the more that you are aware of it, the easier the process happens for you, the faster it's accelerated, and you just get to be something new to yourself. Yeah. How important is community? I think it's pretty vital in a lot of ways. I think it's kind of the environment that allows you to grow yourself. You know, it's an environment that, in a way, becomes a mirror for you in many ways. So it sometimes might be a struggle. It might be sometimes difficult. It might be sometimes, you know, very, very arduous even at moments for people. But I think at the end of the day, it's like a place where you can kind of go and just be yourself, and people kind of appreciate, you know, for who you are, that people don't judge you. Why should people come learn, play, and grow with the Gateway? Well, the name of the place, of course, again, is the Gateway, a portal for growth and wellness. And as I said earlier, you know, we have a whole host of practitioners that do various things, and they're all enormously talented and gifted. And they do it with a kind of consciousness and a kind of love. And for me, one of the fundamental beliefs that I have is that when you're in a powerful place of love, I mean, you will make great shifts in people. So that's critically important. So if you, the audience who's hearing this for this moment, has an intention, has a desire to kind of grow themselves, I would say this is a great environment because it offers a variety of different types of venues. And it's a community that really kind of, I think, appreciates what goes on here. And it's a community that values people, you know, with a different perspective than a lot of other places. And it's a community, as I said earlier, that one of the, I think at the fundamental baseline is that they're not in judgment of people, although that's a very human place to kind of, well, am I more here, am I more there? Am I smarter, am I more spiritual, wherever I'm at, of always wanting to do that. But I think one of the things we encourage is just allowing people to be people, of meeting people wherever they are. And I think that's the thing that we probably encourage most. You know, it's just to be in that loving place to connect with people.